trying, we will try to keep moving forward and getting more funding for the Metro Village and also for the youth at risk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm City Councilman Ricardo Pacheco. I want to welcome all of you to the State of the City. I hope all of you enjoyed the delicious breakfast. Did you all like it? Yeah. Good. Let's give a big round of applause and compliments to our chef, Jeff, and his wonderful students from the Culinary Arts Program at BPACE. So these students learned to be chefs here, and they're also practicing with all of us, but I think they're doing a wonderful job. But before we get started, I would like to just take a moment to thank God for all we have been given this year and ask for His continuous guidance as we move forward. So please bow your head as I share a prayer. Creator, thank you for your presence during the hard and tough days, for then we have you to lean upon. Thank you for your presence during the bright and sunny days, for then we can share that which we have and those we have who have less. Thank you for your presence during the holy days. Then we are able to celebrate with you and our family and our friends. For those who have no voice, we ask you to speak. For those who feel unworthily, we ask you to pour out your love in waterfalls of tenderness. For those who live in pain, we ask them to bathe them in the river of your healing. For those who are lonely, we ask you to keep them company. For those who are depressed, we ask you to shower upon them with light of hope. Dear Creator, you are the borderless sea of substance. We ask you to give to all the world that which we need most, that is peace. Amen. And with that, I'd like to introduce our next Councilwoman, Alejandra Avila. She was our former city clerk for many years, and then she just recently won election to be the city councilwoman, and she's our colleague and has contributed quite a bit. So I'd like to introduce her. Please give her a warm round of applause. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Buenos días a todos. It is my pleasure to introduce for the flag salute the U.S. Army. And this U.S. Army group is from the Azusa Recruiting Office, led by Staff Sergeant James Dorson. So if you can please stand up. And now, we will have our national anthem sang by Juan Contreras. He's a senior member of the Sierra Vista High School Vocal Ensemble, and he was also part of the championship soccer team CIF Southern Division Section 5 and CIF Social Regional Division, Division 4. If you can please welcome Juan Contreras.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free, and the home of the brave?
If you can once again give a hand to the U.S. Army, please. And also, as you can see, the great talent, Baldwin Park Unified School District, that is just some of the talent. So thank you, Baldwin Park Unified School District. Thank you, Juan Contreras. And now it is my honor to introduce Mayor Pro Tem Monica Garcia. She will introduce the dignitaries. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Avila. Good morning. It is just such a pleasure to see so many beautiful and familiar faces this morning. Thank you so much for joining us for our State of the City. We do have so much to celebrate, and we also have so much to inform our residents about what the happenings of our city. So thank you for taking the time. I know that so many of you have contributed to this community in so many ways. The seniors who have been so active and such excellent role models, former elected officials who have contributed to buildings like the one that we're in today and so many facilities throughout our community, families and all of you, I'm sure, are contributing to your community. I want to say thank you to our community. But at this time, I'm going to go ahead and recognize the dignitaries that are joining us. And I will start with introducing our wonderful and beautiful Congresswoman, Grace Napolitano. Where is she? There she is. Thank you, Congresswoman, for taking the time to be here. We know that you're extremely busy flying back and forth to Washington, D.C. and back home. We also want to acknowledge State Senator Susan Rubio, representing the 22nd Senate District. Thank you for being here. We also, of course, want to acknowledge Mayor Manuel Lozano. Councilmember Alejandra Avila. Councilmember Ricardo Pacheco. Councilmember Paul Hernandez was unable to be here, but he's here in spirit, so we acknowledge him. City Treasurer Maria Contreras. Our City Clerk, Jean Ayala. Oh, yes, and I also want to acknowledge we have Veronica Lopez representing Assemblymember Blanca Rubio. Thank you. So we move on to the Baldwin Park Unified School District, and the city has such a wonderful relationship and collaboration with that district, and so we want to acknowledge President Cristina Lucero. Board Member Santos Hernandez. Superintendent Froylant Mendoza. Dr. John Kerr, of the Senior Director, who is Senior Director of BPACE. School Board Member Robert Varela. And I also want to give a little shout out to Denise Tornatori for being so wonderful here in our community. She's here with us as well. We've got Valley County Water District Board members, President Lynette Pacheco, Vice President Margarita Vargas, Director Jasmine Lopez, Director David Muse, Director Javier Vargas. Javi, happy birthday, Javi. And General Manager Jose Martinez. With the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District, we have member Al Contreras. And Laura Santos, who is a board member for the Mount San Antonio College Board of Trustees. Thank you, Ms. Santos. Finally, moving on to our commissioners, we have Joanne Watkins, representing Recreation and Community Service. Thank you, Joanne. Very active in our community, providing excellent programs. And we also have, let's see, former council member Marlene Garcia. We want to acknowledge her. She's sitting quietly in the audience, but I saw you. We also have president of the Baldwin Park Historical Society, a very dear community leader, Bob Benbow. And former mayor of the city of West Covina, Mike Toohey. Where are you, Mike? Don't be shy, Mike. So at this time, it is my honor to introduce a good friend and a wonderful leader for this community. He has served as mayor of this city for the longest term in our city's history. And that is because he is such a popular leader, well-loved in this community, and that shows in the recent election where he just overwhelmingly garnered the support of this community. Without a doubt, you know, he is a strong leader, and he has contributed to so many wonderful happenings in our city. But I'm gonna just touch on a few. And Mayor Lozano was elected to 9 consecutive terms as mayor for the city of Baldwin Park, and is the only mayor to have achieved this accomplishment since its inception. I want to say it's been 10. Okay, so I'm glad we corrected that. So Mayor Lozano, he takes pride in his community without a doubt. He is often seen in the community, home to 80,000 residents and covers 6.7 square miles. Mayor Lozano has been invited to be the keynote speaker at various school programs, graduations, veterans activities, community events. You'll often see him even at very delicate family funerals and things like that, because it's so important for him to support the people in our community, the families in our community. And he's been a very positive role model in this city and the surrounding community. He's been a guiding force in his positive relationships with the school district, the Valley County Water District, and other agencies in the area. Mayor Lozano has also been instrumental in the redevelopment of our community for almost 20 years. And he has been part of so many organizations, a strong advocate for seniors, without a doubt, education, a green environment, healthy living, and our veterans. During his time in office, he successfully constructed the award-winning teen center, skate park, Barnes Park, and Recreation Center. He's now working on so many projects, including pushing for a dog park. Wouldn't we love that? And he's led several redevelopment projects, including Walmart, Harley-Davidson, Home Depot, IHOP, Smart and Final. So next time you're having a nice breakfast at IHOP, think of the mayor and the city council that helped bring those amenities to this community. So without further ado, it is my honor to introduce our mayor, Manuel Lozano.
Good morning, Baldwin Park. Thank you. It is great to be back with all of you this morning. It's wonderful to see many familiar faces in the audience. After all these years, as your mayor, I am humbled to stand here again and share with you the wonderful accomplishment our city has achieved. I know I can't take all the credit for the amazing things happening today in Baldwin Park, but I can say I am proud to be a part of the positive changes going on in this city I call home. When I became mayor in 1999, I never imagined that I would witness the transformation happening in Baldwin Park and around the San Gabriel Valley today. Baldwin Park is leading the way with excellence and would make any resident feel proud to live in the city. I would like to thank my colleagues on the City Council who provide our city with leadership as we move into the future. Mayor Pro Tem or Vice Mayor Monica Garcia, Councilmember Alejandra Avila, Councilmember Paul Hernandez, Councilmember Ricardo Pacheco, City Clerk Jean M. Ayala, and our City Treasurer Maria Contreras. I would also like to acknowledge the talented members of our executive team who provide the essential guidance day in and day out for work that we do. The first one, Mr. Shannon Yatsi, Chief Executive Officer, thank you. Joe Bartonelli, our Interim Police Chief, thank you. Manuel Carrillo Jr., Director of Recreation and Community Services. Rose Tam, our Finance Director. Sam Gutierrez, our Public Works Director. And Benjamin Martinez, Community Development Director. Laura Thomas, Human Resource Manager. Robert Tafoya, our City Attorney. I also wish to thank our partners in community. I see the audience. We have representatives from Baldwin Park's Business Association and our friends from the Baldwin Park Unified School District who do an amazing job of preparing our next generation of leaders. Thank you to Dr. John Kirk and Denise Tornchelli for the Baldwin Park Adult School for hosting us here today at the Performing Arts Center. Thank you very much. I also wish to acknowledge Mr. Bob Bembo from the Baldwin Park Historical Society for his continued support of the city and for the efforts to build the state-of-the-art facility we are sitting in today. So, Mr. Bob Bembo, I know you're here. If you could stand up real quick. Oh, you can't. That's fine. That's fine. Bob, don't do it. Someone help him. Someone help him, please. Okay. Let me. Bob, on behalf of the city of Baldwin Park, I want to thank you. This individual was the one that led the dream to build this beautiful facility and the school. And for that, Mr. Bembo, I want to thank you very much. Now, as the mayor of the city of Baldwin Park, of course, we know that the Baldwin Park Unified School District are two separate entities, and we work together to unify our community, which is very important. President Lucero, that you're here, Christina Lucero, little hint, it would be nice to name this facility after Bob Bembo. And hopefully the school district would consider that, because this is the person that bought this dream. When I came here to Baldwin Park in 1979, I remember the way it was at one time. And Mr. Bob Bembo, thank you very much for making this beautiful opportunity for each and every one of us that are here today. Thank you once again. 20 years ago, when I became mayor of Baldwin Park, we were entering the 21st century. Baldwin Park was a very different city back then. I have been fortunate to have been elected mayor for 10 consecutive times and be part of building a better Baldwin Park for everyone. Our progress of creating a better tomorrow is not going unnoticed. Just 10 years ago, we were feeling the effects of the Great Recession. Like many cities in the area, we had to make difficult decisions to stay fiscally afloat. I am pleased to report that our general fund has increased steadily over the last 10 years from $5.2 to $8.5 million. Recently, the city received the rating of AA from Standard & Poor's. This is the best possible rating a city can normally earn under current municipal economic conditions. The city issued Measure M revenue bonds to fund the railroad crossing safety and quiet zone improvement projects. The city also issued pension obligations bond known as POB to pay the pension unfunded liability, which will provide an estimated savings of $23.4 million over the term of the bond. This is a huge long-term financial benefit to the city. Thanks to the finance department in completing these bond issuance that would provide a huge long-term financial benefit to the city. So thank you very much to the finance. I know Ms. Rose Tam's not here, but thank her. Let's give a great applause to her. Today, Ballpark is home to the diverse housing market. According to a recent Los Angeles Times article, the city has evolved into a prosperous, sought-after location in the San Gabriel Valley. You wouldn't have been able to find some of these housing options 20 years ago. The landscape of Ballpark has completely changed, the article mentioned. When I first became mayor, I never imagined we would have single-family homes selling for over $500,000. In this day and age, housing availability is key to a thriving, growing city. Not only does Baldwin Park have existing homes for sale, there are several new developments in the city that are expanding our housing stock and attracting new residents to our community. Currently, we have the new 23 Brandywine homes along Badillo Street, 30 new homes in the Pacific Villa project and the Badillo townhomes development. DC Corporation completed 50 new dwellings units at 14 and Nubia Street. These new developments projects reflect the desirable location of our city with the Metrolink station and the nearby Gold Line station in Irwindale. As the city positions itself to expand its housing development to complement our growing transportation infrastructure, Baldwin Park remains committed to offering housing opportunities for all. A total of 440 families received rental subsidies from the Baldwin Park Housing Authority. Of those 440 families, 241 were senior citizen households, and 108 were households with children. Our home program continues to serve 24 households who are residing in affordable housing rental units. The city also received $50,000 in payoff of previous home improvement loans. Our housing division also took out of their day to spread some holiday cheer by delivering a ham to seniors living in our housing program. I wish to thank our dedicated city staff who participated in providing that special service to our city's golden residents. Last week, we were notified that the Baldwin Park was selected to receive the Congressional Recognition Excellence Award for the Rome Metro Village project. Let's give a round of applause for that project. Thank you. The Community Development Department has been focused on expanding economic development opportunities in the city. In 2018, Kaiser Permanente broke ground for a new 60,000 square foot medical office building that will open later this year. Construction also started on a new 95,000 square foot industrial building called Arroyo Canyon Crossing. The city was also attracted several new businesses, such as a Raising Cane chicken restaurant adjacent to Target that will open early next year. Businesses are the backbone of our community. Without businesses, we cannot serve the needs of our residents. That is why City continues its partnership with the Ballpark Business Association and supported grand opening and ribbon cutting for the new Dunkin' and the Fort 7-Eleven. The city assisted the Gateway Center in finding new tenants for the former Fresh and Easy site. The city also worked with a developer to reconfigure the former Walgreens building on Francisquito Avenue to open DeVita Kidney Care Center and the 7-Eleven store. A new Starbucks with a drive-thru will open on Ramona Boulevard on a vacant site that will be reconfigured to accommodate the needs and drive-thru location. One of our longtime businesses, Sun State Equipment Company, is undergoing an expansion, and the city worked with them their planning progress. The city also entered into an agreement with MG Development Group to explore the development of two former Caltrans lots. The agreement includes obtaining an appraisal for the vacant lots. Our transportation infrastructure has grown significantly over the last 25 years. The City Land Foundation for a vision to create vibrant, pedestrian-friendly urban center in our downtown district. The city remained focused with this goal, and in 2013 opened the $13 million transit center. The transit center serves rails and bus commuters and features a bridge from the Metrolink station to City Hall and the downtown district. The city once again hit another transportation milestone in 2018 with an opening of the Trolley Commuter Express Lane, made possible through an MTA Express Lane grant. The new lane uses two trolleys type GNG CNG buses to connect Metrolink Station to the South Business District, where Kaiser Permanente, UPS, and In-N-Out are located. Speaking of grants, the city has been very proactive securing grants. Grants have played an integral role in giving the city the ability to improve services and infrastructure. Over the last few years, the city has been very successful in securing grants for public safety, public works, community development, and recreational community services. We have received grants from county, state, and federal agencies. For public works, the city secured $7 million in Measure M revenue bond for rail crossing safety improvements to four crossings in 2018. The project includes new raised median islands, additional warning devices with gates, arms and signals improvement pavements, curbs, gutters, and sidewalks with pedestrian warning devices such as pedestrians gate arms, emergency swing gates, signing, and stripping. Most importantly, the project will result in a quiet zone that eliminates excessive noise pollution. These enhancements will build according to Southern California Regional Rail Authority standards. Construction on this project will start this year. Last year, the city received a $2.1 million active transportation grant for the Main Avenue Complete Street project. The project was completed in 2018 and involved the construction of bolt-outs on both sides of Main Avenue, bike lanes, crosswalks, alert signs, catch basins relocation, traffic signal relocation, landscape and irrigation improvement, and stripping marking enhancement. In addition, the existing infrastructure was upgraded to meet current ADA standards. The second phase of this project, which includes a $1 million federal grant, will commence construction this fall. The city also received an $800,000 grant for pedestrian and bicycle safety improvements along Fraser Avenue, currently under construction. Finally, the city was awarded grant totaling $1.2 million from both MTA and the San Gabriel Valley Coalition of Government for first and last mile pedestrians and safety improvements to the Metrolink station. We also continue to work on a Safe Route to School project. The city constructed pedestrian safety improvements to 9 locations near Pleasant View and Violin Elementary schools. These improvements were part of the city's Safe Route to School master plan. Thanks to Senate Bill 1, funds, or commonly known as gas tax funds, the city was able to make improvements to Brooks Drive and Spring Street. This week, Public Works began construction on major streets rehabilitation projects, also made possible through a Senate Bill 1 funds. The project includes repaving of 2.5 center lanes miles of roadway. This past year, Public Works was busy with a tree planting project made possible with grants from the Los Angeles County Regional Park and Open Space District to plant over 350 trees throughout the city. The city also held a series of workshops with stakeholders, business leaders, residents, and school administrators to prepare a citywide collision study to identify high-risk roadways and more improved traffic safety throughout the city. This study was made possible through the recent grants. Without these receipts of grants, all these public work projects mentioned would not be feasible. The city has made great strides in terms of energy efficiency. Last year, the city was recognized by the Council of Governments for Platinum Level Achievement in Southern California Edison Local Leaders Program. Also, the city has implemented a vehicle lease program that will make possible for a complete transition to new alternative, fuel-efficient, environmentally friendly vehicles and disposing of the old. If inefficient, environmentally detrimental vehicles, this transition of fleet to a green standard not only helps the environment, but will bring savings of approximately $500,000 over the next 5 years. The Street Maintenance Division was busy this year, keeping Baldwin Park Street safe and accessible to our residents. Our street maintenance crew patched 152 potholes, 594 sidewalks were ramped, 174 sidewalks grind, and 72 yards of concrete poured. Maintenance was also busy this year, painting 412 crosswalks, arrows, stops, and limit lines. In addition, they painted 42,243 linear feet of red and green curbs, Keeping our city clean is important. Our maintenance division collected 12,000 pounds of e-waste, picked up and 5,762 items of trash cleaned up, and 12 homeless encampments. The maintenance division, in cooperation with the Waste Management and Code Enforcement, developed the city's current bulky item pickup program, which has been a great success in keeping streets clean and blight-free. Over the last few months, we have had a very active rainy season, and to prevent flooding, our street maintenance was busy cleaning out our storm drains. Did you know that our 246 storm drains are cleaned out twice a year? And when it's raining outside our streets, maintenance crews is out there cleaning out the storm drains from debris. So let's give our street maintenance team an applause, because I know they have been very busy keeping it clean. Baldwin Park also committed to creating efficiency in our operations. This year, Human Resources Division completed 40 hires for full-time, part-time, and executive-level positions. Human Resources was able to achieve this milestone by utilizing the NUCA recruitment tool to efficiently screen applicants. Our new employee orientation was expanded to effectively provide valuable and informative information to the city's newest employees and help them transition to their new role. The city is committed to creating cost efficiencies when it is possible. Risk Management worked with our CEO, Shannon Yatzy, to identify 4 new insurances provided to replace ICMA. This year, the city partnered with a new business entity to take proactive approach to identify risk and exposures to mitigate future hazards. Our IT division identified a new cost efficiency by installing an internal cloud to save money to purchase an individual and physical server. We also work with Spectrum to install 200 megabyte internet service to improve our communication with the community. In today's world of high-speed technology, it is important for our city to stay up to date and ensure our residents have the information they need. Public safety continues to be a top priority in Baldwin Park. Our police officers continue to strengthen community relations. This past year, our police department hosted another successful national night out, which is one of the largest in the Los Angeles County and made possible through a partnership with the Baldwin Park Police Association and the Baldwin Park Unified School District. Over 2,500 people came to that event. Our police department also participated in a 2-mile Jesus for Baldwin Park prayer march, which was collaboration between faith-based organizations and our own police department to bring unity and strengthen the partnership in our community. Over 1,000 people came out to trick or treat with the cops, a family-friendly event for the community. The Baldwin Park Police Department and the Baldwin Park Police Officers Association hosted the 5th annual Christmas with the Cops toy giveaway. Our police department once again participated in the Pink Patch Project to raise awareness for breast cancer. Our police department raised approximately $4,500 and donated those funds to the City of Hope Cancer Research Center. Our police officers are committed to suppressing future crime by implementing crime prevention programs. The award-winning Pride Platoon program made its return in 2018. Pride Platoon is a 10-week program for high school-age juveniles designed to alter negative behavior by offering treatment, prevention, mentoring, leadership skills, and other disciplinary strategies. Thank you to those police officers who commit their time to offer this program to our community. So let's give a great hand to our Baldwin Park Police Department. The police department also created new communication efficiency by implementing a new social media program. You can find the Baldwin Park Police Department on Facebook and Instagram with the name at Baldwin Park PD. Their transparency and communication goes hand in hand with my efforts as mayor, and collectively as a city council to be responsive with members of our community. While I'm here today to talk about our achievements, I would like to take a moment to address a news story you may have heard of recently. Last week, the city received notification of a verdict regarding a legal case with a former Baldwin Park police chief, Lily Hatzel. The jury awarded this individual $7 million. While the city is disappointed with the court ruling, our city has already started the process to address this matter, as well as exploring an appeal. Baldwin Park is prepared to utilize insurance pool money to pay the verdict, shall it be necessary. For the last 20 years, and through the rest of my public career, I will continue to support advancement of women to leadership positions. With that said, our city will continue to be an employer that is transparent and comply with federal and state legal mandates. Baldwin Park is considered the hub of the San Gabriel Valley. The downtown street market has become a staple in downtown district, and we successfully expanded the market in 2018 to make it into a regional culture art event. The expanded street market featured 2 performance stages: culture, art, family activities, and opportunities for our local and small business to participate. We had over 20,000 visitors over the 12-week period and created opportunities to stimulate the local economy while activating a non-traditional public space. Last year, thanks to a multi-agency grant from Metro, the city hosted the first ever Pride of the Valley Open Streets event, where we temporarily closed the streets to automobile traffic and open streets to 10,000 cyclists, pedestrians, and the users of non-motorized form of transportation. I'm happy to announce that the Pride of the Valley Open Street event was selected as the 2018 California Park and Recreation Society District 13 award-winning program for creating health, wellness, and community life in the San Gabriel Valley. This event was promoted on multimedia platform, including 102.7 KISS FM, the morning news, and Channel 5 and 11. The 72 radio advertisement were promoted to over 1,363,400 plus listeners per week, and via iHeartRadio community calendar. The city used a variety of innovative methods in multi-jurisdictional planning, marketing, and wellness activities. The new bike lane project on Main Avenue was unveiled at this special event. When I first took office in 1994, parks were a top priority for myself and for the city council. As the longest-serving official, I have witnessed how parks make life better for all residents in Baldwin Park. Our families enjoy high-quality amenities at all recreation and facilities park locations. I am pleased to announce that one of the latest park projects, Walnut Creek Nature Park, is entering its 3rd and final phase of renovation, thanks to grants made possible through assistance from Assemblymember Blanca Rubio and the California Natural Resources Agency, housing-related park grants programs, Prop A, and Measure M fund. The city will be able to complete this project. The final phase will feature grading of the northwest section of the park, new playground equipment, ADA improvements, fitness modes, landscaping, irrigation, extended trail pathways, new lighting, surveillance cameras, and parking lot reconfiguration. 100% of our parks and recreation facilities have been renovated under my tenure and with the help of my colleagues. Several of our most popular recreation programs have expanded over the last 20 years, and I will say Baldwin Park is one of the originators back in the 90s of the summer concerts and the park series for the San Gabriel Valley. Our summer concerts will celebrate its 25th anniversary this summer. That is awesome. Thank you, Park and Recs people. Attendance continues to increase. We bring more visitors, Grammy Award-winning artists to our city. Last year, we attracted over 12,000 spectators for the 6-week series. This summer, we will feature a powerful and integrated lineup that is reflective of our 25th trajectory, high-quality entertainment. Another silver anniversary milestone being celebrated this year is the Pride of the Valley 5K Run. This event has grown steadily each year and gains a reputation with local cross-country team and elite runners who use the run to train before the season starts. And I want to say I'm one of them. Out of the 25, I've only missed one because I had a sprained ankle. But to let everyone know, I've never won a medal. But nevertheless, I make it through at 23 or 24. I think my best time is 22 minutes. Not bad for a 60-year-old person. Last year, we gave the first key to the city to Lindsay Snyder, president and heiress of In-N-Out Burger, during the 62nd annual Baldwin Park Parade celebration. The Celebrate Baldwin Park Parade has attracted top middle and high school bands, community groups, and special guests such as NBC News traffic anchor Alicia Del Valle, who served our Grand Marshal in 2018. The growth of our special event and community engagement has been made possible by the dedicated team in the Recreation and Community Services Department, by developing a comprehensive marketing campaign that spans across several social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, as well as print television media to promote our excellent recreational programs. I challenge you to join our Let's Get Social Baldwin Park campaign this summer and follow the latest city news. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, Manny. Last year, our annual senior prom reached its 25th anniversary, in which we have crowned a engaged senior prom king and queen each year. Congratulations to our newest king and queen, and thank you for the seniors. Senior power. Did you know that the Julie McNeil Senior Center has a popular volunteer program? Our very active, dedicated seniors contributed almost 14,000 hours of service to our community. Let's give our seniors a big applause for their support to this fellow community members. Thank you, seniors. Like our seniors, all members of our public deserve a chance at a high quality of life. Our social services are reaching an all-time high. The City of Baldwin Park is proud to be a local partner in collaborating with the regional homeless crisis across Los Angeles County. In October 2017, the city awarded a $50,000 planning grant to assist in the development of a city-specific plan to prevent and combat homelessness throughout an initiative created by Los Angeles County and United Way of the Greater Los Angeles Home for Good Funders Collaborative. Additional opportunities to help our most vulnerable neighbors are in the works through an active community partnership at the city and multi-city level in partnership with the cities of El Monte and South El Monte. Over $367,000 of funds were awarded as part of an 18-month grant program commitment to address the complex humanitarian crisis. Before I conclude my address, I would like to thank everyone who is here today. Every one of you have made a difference to this city. As I look back to the last 25 years of my public service, our city has made great strides to emerge as a leader in the San Gabriel Valley. We are a city of progress and innovation. We are a place where the residents can raise a family or have a business. There is no other place I would rather call home. Let's continue this movement in 2019. Thank you. Viva Baldwin Park.